welcome back to the Recovery Daily Podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Abbasi. I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic and stroke survivor. Today, today is day 22 of our plank challenge. And those of you who are aiming for 3 minutes by the end of the month, you will be doing 120 seconds today. And those of you shooting for 5 minutes by the end of the month, will do 180 seconds today. So good luck. And today I want to talk about gratitude. So we spent a month, and our listener challenge was to do 3 gratefuls a day. So I hope some of you who were enjoying that kept up with it. But I did want to talk about it a little more today. I don't think that we can talk too much about gratitude. Because there's something miraculous really about gratitude. It's like, when I'm sitting there searching for something to be grateful for, especially when I'm feeling kind of down or feeling like I've got everything against me, it's like as I'm searching for gratitude, there's like this gentle wave of acceptance and appreciation that like slowly wraps around me while I'm sitting and searching for something to be grateful for. And when I got sober, I was introduced to the idea of identifying these 3 things I'm grateful for each day. So every night, it took me some practice to make it a habit, but every night before bed, I would text 3 things I'm grateful for. And I did it at night because until I found an absolute time to do it, I wouldn't remember. So just like we remember to brush our teeth because we do it at a certain time, whether it be after you eat or right before bed or whatever. So I imagine this would be the same kind of thing. So it was easy to make it a habit when I did create a space for it. And I found that for me, it's impossible to harbor self-pity when I search for gratitude. And it doesn't just disappear right away. But, and I want to talk about that, the gradual feeling of self-pity and stuff slipping away as we search for gratitude. It's not natural for me to just find things to be grateful for. And I imagine that I'm not the only one because I'm not unique, like I always say. But it's the act of searching for something to be grateful for that is strengthening those neural pathways that I talked about yesterday. Our brains are programmed to go right to the negative. And that's because it's our way as human beings of protecting ourselves. Being positive feels a little unnatural. But when we practice being more positive, our brains become more accustomed to it. Also, we get a boost of serotonin and dopamine when we have feelings of gratitude. And just like a true alcoholic, when I do something that feels good, I want to do it again. So I found that the more I practiced gratitude, the more I wanted to practice gratitude. Like it felt good. So I kept coming back for more. And it really worked for me. But not every day is easy. Some days, I might have this habit for months. I'm sending my gratefuls. And then one day I'm like, I don't feel like doing this. I'm irritated. I don't want to look for anything grateful. Those are the days that it's most important. And I've talked about that before, to just stop that cycle, interrupt the cycle of negativity and find something to be grateful for. So I wanted to provide some guidance, a little bit of guidance on how to search for things to be grateful for at times when you feel down and frustrated and you're struggling. You don't feel like it. And the last thing that I want to do when I'm poopy is fix myself because it feeds on itself. When I'm alone, I want to be alone. I don't want to reach out to other people. And when I'm negative, I want to be negative. It's kind of this sick thing that I guess my brain does. I'm sure again that I'm not unique in that. So at the base of things to be grateful for, um, we have these Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And I wanted to talk about those and how it will lead to additional gratitude. So sometimes my gratitude lands short of anything profound. And I can always resort to finding gratitude at that basic level, my home, warmth, a meal on my plate, that kind of stuff. But for me, this is what happens when I find gratitude at the basic level. It often opens doors to an even deeper appreciation. So it starts me down a road in a direction, and then it leads to bigger things, usually. So if we take Maslow's hierarchy of needs as our guide, we can look at how each layer can blossom into this garden of gratitude. So starting out with the physiological needs, food, water, warmth, rest, that kind of thing, that is the basics. And when I'm poopy, I got to go all the way down to the basics. And this gratitude, if we are grateful for the food, that is in front of us, that kind of thing. Dinner. I'm grateful for the delicious dinner I had tonight. When you're really stretching, that kind of gratitude can lead to deeper gratitude, which is like, I'm grateful for being able to have space for my husband and I to make dinner together. That's a great gratitude. And sometimes if I'm really feeling bad, I won't think of something like that until I get down to the basic level. Like, I'm glad that I have something to eat, and I'm kind of impersonating what I sound like when I'm in a bad mood, So being grateful for food and starting there can lead us down the road of gratitude for the hands that prepared it, the company that we shared with to eat it, and even some of the sensory experiences. If it reminds me of home, my childhood or something like that, the taste and aroma. So going to the second tier of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we're talking about safety. And this is where we can be grateful for our security and protection. And this gratitude can extend to having a stable income so that you have a safe house to live in, a safe home, a safe neighborhood, a community, a loving community that surrounds us, a country, the safe country that we live in. We're very fortunate to be living in this country, and all offering a safe place to live and be able to close our eyes at night with a peaceful mind. That's something that I'm grateful for a lot when I'm going to bed. If I'm having one of those days that I'm like struggling to find something to be grateful for, I can always go back to I'm grateful for the security that I feel when I close my eyes and go to sleep, because there's so many people in the world that don't have that kind of security and protection. So that one can really unfold as well. The next level up is belongingness and love. So our relationships and being thankful for friends and family can then open our hearts to appreciate laughter that you shared, things that you did, if you got to go to the movies, that kind of thing. The support that your friends and family offer you in times that you need it, the connectedness of your shared experiences, being grateful that somebody reached out to you for help. So this one really is, I think, can go so deep as far as just our interactions with people, even the simplest interactions with people. We don't always realize, the grand scheme of things, like how beautiful it is. As I'm noticing it now because I don't have a lot of interaction with people right now. I don't leave the house very much, and so when I do have people around me, like I'm crazy appreciative of it, more so than I ever even was before. So then we reach esteem, the esteem needs. And when we're grateful for our accomplishments and gaining respect from others because of our accomplishments, it can lead to an appreciation of our own resilience and the opportunity to pursue our passions and those who have guided us along the way. When I have people, I have a lot lately, I have a lot of people who tell me how strong I am, and they're so proud of me for how brave I am, and I can't believe you're turning such a negative thing into such a positive experience for you and helping others and that kind of thing. I tend to, and I'm not the only one, I tend to be kind of like, oh, yeah, okay, thanks. Like, I don't want to hear it, is what I feel like at the get-go when somebody tells me those kinds of things. But I know deep down I want to hear that. I want to hear it and I need to hear it. I guess there is some sort of like embarrassment or shyness, or you're kind of like bashful from the attention. I don't know what it is, but I think it's important that when we do get compliments from others, that we turn that inward into what we can be grateful for. Why, what are all the things that got us to where we are to have these accomplishments and gain that kind of respect from others? And that's a lot that we can be grateful for on that level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And then at the pinnacle of Maslow's hierarchy of needs is self-actualization. So the desire to become the most that one can be. And here, gratitude for personal growth can lead us to be thankful for all the challenges that we have overcome. So they are the trials that shape us and allow us to reach that summit in our journey. So I feel like at that very top of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that is where, we've reached our the best that we can be, the best version of ourselves. So to be able to, when you're doing your gratefuls, say, am I Here's a kind of some self-talk. Am I the best version of me right now? If I am, what has helped me get there? And there you go. There's your things to be grateful for today. So, I feel like this is just really good guidance if you struggle with finding what to be grateful for. There are some people that just like to keep it basic, and that's fine, but I challenge you to really try to make it a conversation. Make your gratefuls a conversation rather than, I'm grateful for flowers. I'm grateful for um, being able to, I don't know, drive, or you know what I'm saying. Try to make it more of a conversation with yourself, some positive self-talk. And so, sharing a personal anecdote, I'm grateful for this podcast. It's not just a platform for me to run my mouth, but it has really become a way for me to connect with other people. And I truly have, I'm amazed really that I can just have something to talk about every day. That's something that I keep having people say, how do you have something to talk about every day? I guess I'm just a sick cookie and I have a lot of stuff that I need to continue to heal from. But I've been able to start building a community, and there's a lot of personal growth that it's spurred within me. And I wouldn't be able to do this thing that I'm really enjoying if I wasn't sick. And I have to have gratitude in the stuff that's right in front of me during this time, or I will become hopeless. And I'm grateful that I spent years strengthening these gratitude neuropathways, these positive neuropathways, so that it's easier for me to find the good in what I'm going through. When you're stumped and finding something to be grateful for, think about how this hierarchy of needs plays out in your life. Are you grateful for your health? That might lead to an appreciation for your body's strength. Are you doing the plank challenge? I would be grateful that I can do 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes or something like that. That's what I got to before I decided to change to being on the 3-minute track. But being grateful for the walks you get to take. I can't take walks, so these simple things may seem so not worthy of a grateful, but they really are, because not everybody gets to do them. Or even just being able to go outside and breathe the fresh air. That's something that I find that I'm grateful for. Even though I can't go for a walk necessarily, I can go outside and breathe the fresh air, and I'm grateful for that. Because there are people that don't get to do that. So, being grateful for the roof over your head, that can lead to an appreciation for, your neighborhood, your favorite, sitting down on your favorite spot on the couch and grabbing some popcorn and watching your favorite movie. Like, that is stuff that you can be grateful for. If you imagine gratitude as a seed for each of Maslow's needs, that seed sprouts, and then it branches out into every aspect of your life. So that's how we can take Maslow's hierarchy of needs and allow it to broaden and deepen our appreciation for stuff. So consider the friendships and love in your life. The gratitude could grow into gratitude for adventures that you share with each other, the support that you have from each other during tough times, and just simple daily interactions that bring joy. I remember specifically there was a time that I was sitting, one evening I was sitting and with my kids and my husband and their significant others, and that night, and we were all laughing about something, and that night I went to bed and I thought I was grateful for that minute, that snapshot of all of us just cracking up. That's a good thing to be grateful for. Those of us who are sober find gratitude in the ability to be present and be present for others in times that they need us. So when we express gratitude for self-esteem, we can celebrate the confidence to express our unique selves, the ability to stand up for what's right, for our values, and even be grateful for the challenges that have taught us the most. And again, at the very top, when we're grateful for that level of the self-actualization, the best that we can be, this gratitude can lead to an appreciation of our life's journey itself and the knowledge that we've gained along the way, and the small victories in everyday life. Every layer of gratitude builds on the last and really creates a rich tapestry of appreciation. So try to make it a daily practice to acknowledge and appreciate the abundance we have rather than what you might be suffering through. It's just a choice. I talk about we choose happiness, we choose to change our thoughts and stuff. I've talked about that a lot. This is the same thing. We're choosing to be positive instead of negative. We're making a choice to change the direction of our thoughts. And so it's just a choice. And sometimes that choice seems overwhelming. It seems impossible, but it's not. It's not impossible. It's just a choice. And only you can make that choice. You can make the choice when everything is tumbling downhill. You can make the choice to allow that stuff to tumble downhill and you don't go with it. You can make the choice no matter what's going on. You'll find that gratitude leads to gratitude. And the more that you recognize the good in your life, the more there seems to be. And with that, I'm going to wrap up today's episode. I'm grateful. I really am grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in and showing up here. It means the absolute world to me. So thank you for joining me today, and I will talk to you tomorrow.